What's up, everybody? And that is a second-rate version of the intro that you are normally used to, but this is just a quick emergency podcast, if you will. Sometimes scheduling works out, and sometimes it doesn't work out, and as much as we do stuff weekly to go on the fly like this sometimes, 5 hours ago I might have told you I couldn't have done it, but this will be short and sweet, and we just wanted to talk about, now that the election is over, and, well, there wasn't really an election, but there was nobody that came opposed to Sean O'Brien and Fred Zuckerman retain their positions as president and secretary-treasurer of our beloved Teamsters Union. And I'm, if you've heard the last couple episodes, I can't really speak all the way for Dave. We're pretty much a team on this, and I would say he would agree with most of what I'm going to say with it. But, at the end of the day, we did say that if they, if they retained their places, and they did, it was pretty overwhelming from what I saw. I don't know if the numbers were true, but it was pretty much a landslide. And we want them to do well now and keep fighting for us, and not going to backtrack really on anything we've said. I would say the last few episodes, but this being not long after the 200th episode, we realized that we've kind of been bringing it up for a couple of years now, here and there. But I just wanted to say there was a few questions I know we were going to probably ask. And this is the part where, with podcasting solo, I've never done. Anybody that's listened long enough, this was the first and only podcast I've ever been a part of or helped create. So me being solo right now, I feel like a total fucking fish out of water. And don't get used to this either, because this goes with the best moderator in the game. And like I said, anyways, that's what he would do to me right now. So, Sean O'Brien, and being the president of the union now. So I'm going on the fly here. There are no docs, so just bear with me. Job creation. We're going to talk about, now that he is staying in place, will the 30,000 jobs be created by the next contract? The way the corporate side of things are pointing, I would still say most of that would be no. The buyouts, are they done? Are they over with? Or will there be more? And, we had just literally in the most recent episode had talked about how it was, it's a morale killer to, stop somebody from doing that, from taking it, when people in the union would. And now that this has been this is fresh news, but the episode has been removed a few days, and you see in comments and stuff, and the one thing I saw popping up a lot was they would say it was, you would take that if you were in that position, anybody would. And I'm not disagreeing with that. I think that you could, anybody that would have, like, you're going to just turn down and say, hey, if you want $150,000 in a buyout, here, you can do it. The point of it is you shouldn't, if you do that, as I said last episode, you forfeit your rights of saying, stopping, telling somebody they can't take it. In my eyes, I don't run the show, so it doesn't really matter what I think. But just, and still seeing in a lot of comments, there still seems to be. I'm not saying our reach is that long, but there was another question of why didn't the members get to vote on this? And from what I know, and this, there are people way more versed in this than I am, and there has to be enough delegate votes. And you vote your delegates in each union, I think it's every 2 years, and they represent you at the convention. And there has to be enough delegate votes for to vote in another slate, and then that becomes the national vote. If you remember, the last one, I believe, was the Oz slate against whoever Hoffa's predecessor was, I believe, when O'Brien and Zuckerman took over. So there wasn't any delegate. Nobody got enough votes, so it was unopposed. And there's a lot of people kind of sour about that, but I feel like this is the part of it that's kind of like where I feel like people just get pissed off with politicians. Like you hear the term, I don't really want to say empty suits, but, just something. Delegates get voted in by the locals. And they even though there's not that many, I think it was 1,500, there's 1.3 million, I think, union or Teamster workers across the country. And it was, it just kind of, people were mad because it's such a small percentage, but it just gets voted into the locals, and it's always been that way. There's nothing, there's nothing. Masses can think what they want, but at the end of the day, the delegates that are voted in, they got to have enough they got to be convinced enough that they would need to vote somebody else in, and apparently that did not happen. So now, now it's done. It's done, and there's nothing, moving forward, we'll see how this goes. We still have, with our contract, we have 2 more years. But now knowing that it will be them in the driver's seat, we can expect. I'll say what I said. I hope they do well, and it just goes, I don't know how the next contract goes. I don't expect it to go as well as the one we got in 2023. But, time will tell. I wouldn't bet on it. But will we have at that point, I don't know if automation protection is going to mean a whole lot, because they've started on that, and now it just makes you wonder what they had conceded with capping the last buyout, and now being, I don't know. I'm trying to, now that this is done and over, I would say, most of us, we just, the stronger the union is a more united one. So people can be upset and argue amongst other people, and you have that right to do, but at the end of the day, we still represent, we're still on the same team, and we want to have the best interest for everybody involved. And I've been a Teamster for almost 2 decades, and it's kind of crazy to put a number on that. And I've always been, I was just really, everything that I have as far as with, money into the pension raises, everything that we have with the option, we have pretty, it's always, I've praised it plenty, and I still would. I've talked to people over the years, and, when you just, I couldn't imagine doing it. If I was in this industry, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other way. Has it gotten a little watered down in recent years? Yes. But it is, I don't know. I feel like I'm not a bad representative. I would absolutely stand if we have to. I don't ever really want to take it to the streets to strike, but if it has to ever come to that, then so fucking be it. I've been on this ship for this long. If it goes down, then I'm going to go down with it. But I think we just, I don't know, endure and see. And at the end of this contract, we'll have, as I'd said last episode, we'll be making almost $50 an hour. We're, we do better than the competition still. If losses keep getting reported, even though the number is still really big in profits, I don't know. It'll be very curious to see how this will be. Now that we know, we just got to move forward. And I know there were a lot of people that supported a lot of different slates, and the people that are involved with that are directly involved. We had, in the past episode, we had Richard Hooker Jr. on, and he had said it on his episode, if there's good people around, they can, they should be hired not on just based on who you support within the union, because at the end of the day, we're all on the same team, and we need to work together, and we'll go forward. I stand by everything. I haven't been happy with how shit has been looking. I've said with the last contract, and I've said with my job, I'm proud to be unionized, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. But I also pay dues, so we can say what we fucking need to say. And you just see, it just looks like slips, cracks. And I don't, it's like in a boxing match, just jabbing a little bit. And after how automation is going and shrinking the company, I don't know the strategy to use to try to save as many jobs as you can. But the way I'll say with the buyout, I mean, we've been working a lot in my building. It's been busy, so I guess volume's still there. But I've been rambling on for about 12 minutes, and I'm not sure if this is even going to get posted on anything. I was going to go live on the socials, but I figured I would just do this because I have a better setup. I feel absolutely this is definitely something I would have to really, really practice on if I ever wanted to do it, because Dave, we're a team, and, when you work with somebody for as long as we have, and I wouldn't even like to call it work, but recorded, we've earned it a little money with it, so I guess we can say worked, because we've put in a lot of time, and yeah, this wanted to be said, and we just wanted to kind of discuss it. And yeah, will the jobs be created? What will 2028 look like? Will stuff still now that the buy? I think I will say with prediction, because I did say that I didn't think he would. I thought he would win. I thought that there would be enough push that maybe he would think, damn, okay, maybe some people are pissed off, and I need to step it up a little bit. And that's on him. He's the president of it. He's the man. I'm not the fucking. I'm a rank and filer just with an opinion that lives in a free fucking country and happens to have a little bit of a platform. But yeah, I mean, will the stuff be kept, and would it be strikeable offenses? And I would say probably not. And I don't want to make it like, I hope they do well, but if you're asking me, right here, right now, straight up, it's hard for me to think that 30,000 jobs will be added by 2028. And so that's one. Lytics cameras kept going in. That was, something. That's two. As far as AC units, I know the warmer climates have been getting them. I don't know if we'll have them by then, or everybody in the country would have it by then. So if that doesn't happen, I don't know. We'll see. I don't feel confident in any of those three getting accomplished by the next contract, especially the 30,000 job creations when shit just keeps getting shrunk and buyouts are happening, and it's just fucking chaotic out there. But anyways, folks, I hope you all have yourselves a very good day. If this comes out, this may be this might just be something we keep in the bag, and we'll go forward with it. But anyways, I'm going to say two things. This is going to be the fucking weird part. Say we'll see y'all next week. Later, everybody. That was fucking weird.